You understand? You understand, Hiroshima? You need to understand our power. Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
We do again. Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Do you think I'm Japanese?
Where are you from?
I'm from America.
Where are you from? What's your ethnicity?
Texas, buddy.
What's your ethnicity?
I'm Korean.
Then sit down, brother.
Why don't you sit your ass?
Korean War, you know what happened to you.
So we got something juicy to talk about today. It's always an inspiration to see and watch the definition of fuck around and find out. Japan is currently in the process of making the biggest example of a popular IRL kick streamer named Johnny Somali, the young lad you see on your screen here. Now, for those of you that don't know Johnny Somali and his Tour de Japan, he is in the process of speedrunning the exact reason why most of the world hates Americans. Johnny Somali is essentially doing these acts on his IRL stream that cause a nuisance to everybody. He's a general terror to the public at large, with his most popular clip being the one where he says Hiroshima and Nagasaki to just random people on a train, just really being a douchebag, showing how much of a low person he could be. Let's just go on a brief little journey of what Johnny Somali did. In this first clip that I'm going to show you, essentially he gets smacked in the face. He's been hit multiple times, but he gets smacked in the face in this one, basically for saying Pearl Harbor and all these other racist remarks that is just, once again, generally fucked up.
Be respectful. You know what I mean? I hope nobody in the chat was saying weird shit. If I go back and whoa, what the fuck? Chill out.
Now this is like the epitome of stupid. It's untethered, raw-dogged stupidity. I feel infected by it, honestly. In this clip, he's essentially saying, hey, show me some respect, be respectful, after he legitimately said some of the most racist things you possibly can to these people. Now, I'm not a massive fan of vigilante justice, but a part of me was a little bit happy that he got the shit smacked out of him. He's lucky that a lot more didn't happen to him, because in certain places, you'll get killed for that kind of stuff, and I think that's why he's really doing this. In Japan, they're definitely a bit more conservative in the way they act. You know, I'm not saying they take abuse, but they're not going to lash out and just, beat you publicly over it. They'll kind of just ignore you, stay their distance, and he's pushing these people to the absolute limit, and that's why he picked Japan. You do this shit in some Middle Eastern country, you do this in some other area, you're going to get your hands chopped off or something, or end up in a Syrian cell deep 40 meters below the earth. Now, this next clip I'm going to show you, for those of you that don't know, in Japan, they have extremely strict construction laws. So, construction is obviously dangerous, and they've put these laws in place to essentially protect the civilians at large to avoid, any damage to the worksite and also damage to the people's brains. So at this point, I bet you're wondering, Johnny Somali is met at a crossroads. What does he do? Is it A, continue on the beaten path, avoiding possible detainment and massive amounts of criminal charges being indicted upon him? Or is it B, be a degenerate?
Going into the warehouse? Nah, this is wild. I'm sorry. Oh, he's going in the warehouse, dog. Oh my god, chat, what the fuck did I get myself into? The dog, chat, he's getting activated, dog. He's pushing him out.
Fukushima. Whoa! No. Fukushima. Hey, Fukushima.
He's pressing him.
Hey, Fukushima.
Like, honestly, the behavior is just so degenerate. Seriously, can we just take a moment to respect the Japanese construction worker absolutely just being like, get the fuck out of here? And we've talked about this before on stream and also in other videos, that this content, who it appeals to is psychopathic 14-year-olds that are sitting in, math class and are like, hey, I fucking love Johnny Somali. Maybe he'll go on the construction site. Just really cringe shit, very immature behavior. It's very obvious that Johnny Somali doesn't know the Japanese language, and he proves that by basically going around saying the only thing he knows, like racist slurs and other disasters like Fukushima just because he wants to be an asshole. This is essentially akin to you being in junior high and repeating all of the Spanish cuss words to all your friends thinking you're awesome, because that's the only thing you know. Now, this last clip that I'm going to show you actually just cracks me up because it really just puts into perspective just how much of a bitch Johnny Somali actually is. Now, I'm not saying I'm any better and would be more courageous in this same situation, but I also wouldn't be doing things to put myself in this exact same situation. I know my limits and I know what I'm brave enough to take on. This next clip is essentially the Yakuza forcing Johnny Somali to apologize to the Japanese public.
日本ではごめんなさい。
ごめんなさい。
あとは申し訳ございません。
ごめんなさい。
Now, all of this behavior essentially screams rich kid privilege to me. I don't know if he comes from money or anything like that, but this type of behavior, you don't do it unless you have something to fall back on, because your life is going to be over very fast. And if you don't have anything to fall back on, you're just, like I said, the epitome of stupid. You are the nucleus, the dark center. You are a black hole of dumb. Which brings us back to the light at the end of the tunnel, something I am elated to bring to your attention. Johnny Somali has been in detainment for the last 23 days. So essentially, arrests in Japan are a little bit scorched earth. They can actually detain you whether you are a citizen or not for up to 23 days without charge. So something fun that the Japanese courts can do is further extend the duration of this detainment. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, because this is what's going to happen. He's getting released very soon here in a couple days, and he will actually be re-detained without the need of a court approval for other accusations that he's had. Now, people are wondering probably, why did it take Japan so long to actually put this guy behind bars and detain him or get him out of the public? Because he has momentous amounts of documented assholery, so what's the problem? Well, let's talk about it. In Japan, they have a conviction rate of 99%. So that basically means if they charge you, you're fucked, right? So I think they've been actually putting a case together against Johnny Somali, and they're going to really stick it to him. So essentially, for all the meat stacked up against him, he could actually be facing up to 3 years in Japanese prison, or a 100,000 yen charge, that's about $668 of a fine. So not that much money, but that doesn't stop what makes this story so interesting, is the possibility for Japan to literally detain this guy without charge for months at a time to make an example out of all the other IRL streamers out there that like to come over and scream Fukushima to the public. And I really hope they do. I hope they push this damn detainment as far as they can. I want them to keep him for months. I hope they get a full year out of him, because people like this are not well in the head. I mean, this guy, call it whatever it is, I mean, when you get down to the nitty-gritty of it, he needs help. This guy is damaged in the brain. He has an attention-seeking problem unlike any other. And keeping him off the streets to do this in another country is just a benefit to society as a whole. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, I appreciate you.